And once you finish installing this plug-and-play remote start kit on this beautiful Kia Forte, all you have to do is press the lock button 2 times. Just like that. And here you go, the car is running. Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to install MyKey Premium Remote Start. I'm going to be working on Kia Forte. It is suitable for 2014 to 2016 models. It's a YD generation. This product is 100% plug and play. You don't need to cut any wires, and it works with your original key. And also, this remote start is designed for regular key start. If you have a push button, we have a different product for you. But for this model, we're going to be working with a traditional key start. And now let me show you how to install it. In this package, you're going to get 2 sets of wires. These are T-harnesses and a module. And for this model, make sure your dip switch is set up like this. 1 is down, 2 is up, 3, 4 are down, and everything else is up. And if it's not preset, you can always do it yourself. So if it's like this, put 1 down, 3, and 4, just like that. And for this installation, all you need is a Phillips screwdriver, 10mm wrench, and a trim removal. And if you don't have a trim removal, you can always use a flat screwdriver. If you have a small one, that's fine too. So first thing, we're going to be removing this shift knob. We're going to use a little force and yank it right up. And remember, when you do put it back, make sure you put it back all the way in, not halfway. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to shift gears. Put this away, and now we're going to be removing this trim. This plastic panel. Grab it from the sides and slowly wiggle it while pulling it up, just like that. There you go. Make sure your handbrake is up so you have more room to remove this. And now we're going to be disconnecting this connector. And all we're doing is we're pressing this pin and pulling the connector out. And now we have these 2 screws that we need to unscrew. And the second one. And now we need to unscrew 2 bolts from over here. First, we'll remove the little carpet. You could use something to scoop it up. Just like that. And now we're going to be removing these 2 bolts. They're 10mm. Here you go, one is out, and now the second one. Just like that. And now we're going to be unscrewing this screw right here, and then the one on the other side. Just like that, and one on the opposite side. Now we're going to be removing this whole panel, just like that. Make it go sideways, so this way the shift gear is going to be running this way. Just like that, and put it to the side. And now we're going to be removing this panel. Guys, we're almost there. And the second one. Now we need to pop this panel. Just like that. This is where the trim removal or a flat screwdriver will be useful. You could simply stick it along this side. Just like that. And pull it towards you. And now we're going to be disconnecting these 2 connectors, one in the middle and one on the left side. And all we're doing is the same idea. We're pressing the pin and pulling the connector out. If you pull in the connector and it's not coming out, it's because you're not pressing this clip hard enough. And now the left one, it's a little bit tighter up there because of this plastic. So what we'll do, we're gonna push this against us, stick your finger in there, press the pin, and pull the connector out, just like that. And now we're gonna connect it to the T-harness. Gray with gray, just like that, and white with blue. They're different sizes, so you won't mismatch them. And now these two sides of the connectors will go back into your BCM module. Let's do the gray one first. It's going to be on the left side, just like that, and make sure it clicks. If it didn't click, that means the connector is probably not all the way in. And now the last one, same idea. Make sure it's all the way in. And now we're going to leave it right here. And now you have this side of the connector. We're going to leave it hanging right here. And we're going to be removing this panel next. For that, you need to put the wheel on the side. It has 2 screws on the sides and 1 over here. Just like that. We're going to turn the wheel. The wheel is locked. And now we'll be removing this screw over here. And the last one, right on the bottom here. Now I'm gonna pull the steering wheel towards you, and I'm gonna remove this panel. Press it on the sides, just like that, and it comes right off. We're gonna leave it right here, and now we're gonna be unplugging this connector right here, this blue and white. So all we're doing is we're pressing this pin and pulling the connector down. So I'm going to use my second hand, just like that. And now we're going to be connecting to your second T-harness. Just like that. And on the other side of the connector, we'll go back into your car's plug. Always make sure it's all the way in. If it's not all the way in, your car is not going to work properly. And now this side of the connector, we're going to run it all the way inside here, and we will catch it from the bottom. This is some fishing time, but it's fine, take your time, don't rush with it. Now it's all the way up here, and let's pull it all the way towards you. Just like that. So this way, when you do close this panel, nothing is on the way. Perfect. And now this side of the connector, we're gonna run it right from here. You have these 2 connectors. We're going to be plugging it to MyKey Premium module. And again, make sure your dip switch is set up like this. If it's not like that, the remote start is not going to work. Data connector goes first, and the power always goes last. Just like that. Make sure you test it first, make sure everything works as it should. And after that, you could simply put this module all the way in there. Remove all your wires on the side, so this way when you do close all your panels, nothing is on the way. And put these 2 connectors all the way in there, so when you do close your panel, nothing is on the way, just like that. And once you finish the installation, all you have to do is press the lock button 2 times, just like that. And here you go, the car is running. And a quick note, if you want to shut it off, it's the same way. Lock button 2 times. Once you open the door, the car is still running. you won't be able to switch gears until you put the key into the ignition. And now you're good to go. And now just a quick recap. We're gonna put this panel back in, put the screws in here. Now this little panel will go back. All these wires could go all the way up there, so nothing is sticking around. And you could simply put this panel right in there, 2 screws here, and I'm gonna put this panel back in here. First, we're gonna put this panel in. Just like that. Align it well. Put the screws back, 3 screws, 2 on the sides, 1 here. And now these connectors, you could push it in, put the panel back. Just like that. 2 screws right here. Now the middle console. You need to play around with it. This way it goes right in. Put these wires in. Just like that. Here you go. 2 screws right here, 2 bolts right in there. The last piece will go back in here, but make sure you don't forget to plug in the connector and then the ship nut. Just like that. Clip it in and bang on the ship nut a couple times. So this way it's all the way in. And in case it didn't work, here's a couple of things to follow. First, when you press the lock button, make sure you press it with 1 small interval. Just like that. Not too fast and not too slow. Otherwise, it's not going to trigger the function. Another thing is, make sure your dip switch is set up correctly for this specific model. And if it still didn't work, uninstall everything completely and install it again. Sometimes one of the connectors don't sit well, and that's the reason why it didn't work. And if you're still having trouble with it, reach out to support@MyKeyPremium.com via email. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped. Leave a comment down below if you use this video to install it in your Kia Forte. Thank you guys. Bye.